we have now entered the craziest part of every single NBA season, and it's just beginning. But Saturday night, we got the news of Luka Doncic getting traded to LA Lakers. Then not even 24 hours later, we got breaking news that De'Aaron Fox got shipped off to the San Antonio Spurs. We all heard rumors about this for the last couple weeks, but no one knew the Kings were going to give up De'Aaron Fox in the midst of them having a redemption season. Even after the Kings went 8-1 in the last 9 games right before they traded De'Aaron Fox, firing Mike Brown, starting off the season rough, we all thought De'Aaron was going to stay for the rest of the season at the bare minimum. No one expected the Kings to trade away De'Aaron. The full trade package on screen now. The San Antonio Spurs received De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings received Zach Lavine and City, and 3 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. Out of those 3 first-round picks, they had the 2025 Charlotte Hornets pick, which is heavily protected, so most likely it's going to convey to 2 seconds. The Spurs pick in 2027, which has potential, but let's be realistic here. They have Wemby and Fox. It will be a bottom 10 pick. And the 2031 Minnesota pick, which is the only pick with any type of significant value here, because we don't know how the Timberwolves are going to look by 2031. Then we have the Chicago Bulls. They received Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and they got their pick back from the Spurs. This is a terrible trade for the Bulls. The Bulls over the last 6 to 7 months have traded DeMar DeRozan, Zach Lavine, and Alex Caruso. And what do they have to show for it? Chris Duarte, Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, and Josh Giddey. They received 0 first-round picks. They got their own pick back. They have just been complete losers. They gained nothing from any of these trades. Nothing long-term, no young players, outside of Giddey, I guess. Not a single first-round pick. They can't even sell right. Vucevic is still on that team riding away because they don't know how to sell him properly. Same thing with Lonzo. Even though the rumor is saying that they plan on keeping him his expiring contract, why not get something out of him? This team is in the gutter. I'm not gonna lie, the Chicago Bulls have 0 direction. They're just winging it. And Zach Lavine, he's having a redemption season, having one of the greatest seasons of the last couple of years. And just to trade him away for your own first rounder back, 2 expirings and Kevin Huerter, that just doesn't seem right. Zach Lavine, there's no way his value was that much in the dirt, and that's all you can get. Because I guarantee you, if you call up the Golden State Warriors, they could give you a better offer. Speaking of the Warriors, they have been in the gutter this whole trade deadline. They've just been swiping and swiping at any player that pops up on their feet. We want him, we want him, we want him. They don't care who it is. They called up every single team's all-star caliber player and asked if they're available. How desperate can you be? There's rumors saying the Warriors could almost pull off a trade for Zach Lavine and Nikola Vucevic, but they pivoted to Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy Butler was like, nah, I'm not going to sign an extension with Golden State. Golden State now pivoted to Kevin Durant. Golden State are absolute losers in this. Second biggest being the Bulls. They received nothing from Zach Lavine. And goddamn, the Sacramento Kings fumbled on this. Yes, they received 3 first-round picks in theory, but they're not true first-round picks. It's only 2 first-round picks. You're bringing Zach back onto the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan's still there. They have a hyper-athletic guard at the point guard. They have a European center. It's the Bulls all over again. And the 4th overall pick as their power forward who isn't reaching expectations. They're back on the Bulls. The ceiling actually drops now. Instead of being a good playing team, now they're borderline playing team. I don't see the purpose in trading for Zach Lavine. I feel like you guys could have found a better option outside of Zach. Who that is, I'm not a GM to decide. Now, the biggest winners in all this, the Sacramento Kings, getting De'Aaron Fox for basically nothing. They didn't give up anything with value. They gave up their own first in 2027. Then again, Wemby and Fox are going to be there. And they only gave up 3 expirings in Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter. They gave up nothing for De'Aaron Fox to pair him up with Wemby. You put Fox and Wemby, 2 young all-stars, on the same team to thrive together without giving up a single one of your young prospects. You kept Dan Vassell. You kept Keldon Johnson. You kept Jimmy Sochan. You kept Stephon Castle. How is this possible? You have all these young prospects, and you don't give up a single one to get De'Aaron. The Kings fumbled. The Kings couldn't have gotten a single young prospect. I mean, great trade for the Spurs. The Kings get worst. Bulls are losers, and the Warriors are losers. That's to sum up this trade. I can't wait to see Fox when we play together for the next couple of years. It's gonna get scary out there in San Antonio real soon. If they are putting a team around Wemby slowly but surely, give it a year or 2, and this is gonna be a championship level team. Damn it, Sacramento. God damn it, Chicago. Y'all could have gotten more out of your players. Other news, today we got breaking news that the Milwaukee Bucks have just traded away Khris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. They traded mid for mid. They got slightly younger. I believe Kyle Kuzma was a year or two younger than Middleton. Middleton also has like one ligament left in his leg. After all the surgeries, it's finally giving out on him, and the age is starting to show. So I guess they traded for more offensive power on a bad defensive team. So having Dame and Kuzma means that there isn't going to be much defense being played, just strictly offense. But then Kyle Kuzma is having a really bad year this year, shooting 29% from three. It's been looking bad for Kuzma. That's I'm surprised the Bucks would trade for a guy like him. He doesn't fit their system. Catch and shooter, because this year he has not been a shooter at all. He's been struggling to create for himself and others. A shot chucker. The last time he played any type of winning basketball was in 2021. We are 4 years removed from the last time Kyle Kuzma was on a winning team. So I don't know what he could bring to a contender nowadays. But apparently Giannis did sign off on this, which I am surprised, because Khris Middleton has been there from day one. Giannis was on the Bucks. But the Bucks ceiling doesn't get any higher. If honestly speaking, I believe it gets lower. I don't see the Bucks. Now it's like, okay, you have Kuzma, another defensive liability. Middleton wasn't a great defender, but he was still a better defender than Kyle Kuzma. I saw a Buck fan saying that Middleton on one leg is still better than Kyle Kuzma right now. I agree. Middleton is still a better fit on the Bucks team than Kyle Kuzma was. I just don't see the purpose of this trade. Giannis signing off on it doesn't make it any better. The fact they had to even give up a pick shows that how much they want to unload off of Middleton's contract. This is all partly due to the second apron. I am starting to hate the second apron more and more as these trades go on, because these teams can't keep their core together and can't pay their guys how much they want to pay them because of the second apron. That will end up limiting this team for the future. I think Khris Middleton will be a prime either A, buyout contender. The Wizards end up shipping him off by tomorrow, or end up just buying him out because they have no reason to keep Khris Middleton. That's just my opinions on these subjects. Tomorrow is a trade deadline, and if any significant moves, not just smaller moves, happen, I will make a video depending on what happens tomorrow and by the end of the trade deadline. We are starting to hear a lot of rumors about the Warriors trying to get Kevin Durant. So if that happens, best believe I'm dropping a video the second that happens. But as always, guys, go hard on them dudes. Salute.